Hey my friend, in today's video I want to talk about the power of our thoughts and emotions, also about balancing our ego, because it's one of the most important things. Our ego loves to judge and to complain and to label things, situations and people on a constant basis, on a daily basis. Most of us, we do it automatically. It's a subconscious program. And the problem with it is that it has a really bad effect on our health. And also we are manipulating our 3D reality in a bad way. We are sabotaging our manifestations, our dreams, our goals. And if you know my channel already, I talk a lot about it because it's one of the most important things and not the easiest thing to do to balance out your ego. The ego is not a bad thing, but as a society we are trained to be more left-brained, more in our masculine energy. That's where the ego lives, and we want to get higher, faster, and everything constantly. So we get really programmed, and it's not the healthiest thing. And the solution, it's pretty simple. It's by continuously observing yourself and to take care of our thoughts and emotions. I really, really love, and if you don't know this guy, you have to look it up in the internet. There was a scientist, a very great scientist. Is called Masaru Emoto. Masaru Emoto. This guy was amazing. He found out that our thoughts and our emotions can manipulate water. He did a lot of research and a big study on it. He wrote a lot of books, The Healing Power of Water, and many, many great books. I definitely can recommend it. And he found out we manipulate water by thinking and feeling. So he took, for example, three glasses of water, the same water, everything the same. And on one water he wrote the word love. On one water he wrote the word neutral. And on one water he put the word hate. Then he froze the water and looked it up under a microscope. And what he found was the water which had the word hate on it. It looked under the microscope, the crystals under the microscope, they looked like a cancer cell. They were not beautiful, they were not symmetric, they looked like a cancer cell. And then he looked up the water which he labeled with love, and the crystals under the microscope from the water with the name with the word love, they were beautiful and a lot of symmetry. And he put it on a scale. He tried it with different words, with compassion, love, harmony, hate, kill, violence. And to every word, to every frequency, because a thought is a frequency, a word is a frequency, a feeling is a frequency. We are energy. And he made this beautiful scale. You can look it up in Google. And he did this thousands of times, so that's not a coincidence. And then he tried also, he wanted to know if this beautiful structure, if water has a beautiful structure, if it influences the water itself or the product, because he tried it also with food. he took a bowl of rice or 3 bowls of rice, the same one, and it was cooked rice. And he put love, neutral, and hate on it, and he watched the rice over time, how long it takes to get bad. And he found out that the bowl with the word hate on it, it changes for bad very quickly. I don't know how, I don't remember how many days, but after a certain time you cannot eat it anymore. There is fungus on it, and yeah, it got very quickly very bad. The bowl with neutral on it, with the word neutral, they he could keep it longer, and the bowl with love on it, he could took it twice or 3 times longer than the rice bowl with hate on it. So it influences our food, because most things are water. We as humans, we are more than 80% water. So that's why it's so crucial, so important how we think and feel on a daily basis. And it's not just spiritual or manifestation woo-woo stuff. It's scientifically proven, but there are certain institutions that don't want this message to spread out, because if people really, 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 really would understand what Masaru Emoto found out, or also I'm fascinated by the placebo effect. People still, the placebo effect, these studies are so old now, over 30 years, I guess, and people still don't get it. People think, oh, placebo, I heard about it, and yeah, it's a nice thing. No, it's not a nice thing. It's a life-changing thing. If people would understand the power, which power our thoughts and emotion have over water, and the power of the placebo effect, most problems, most disease problems would not exist anymore. If people really would understand the power of it and implement it in our life, you can change your health, you can do everything you want with it. But again, some institutions don't want to spread the message, because they would not make money anymore with their chemicals, with their products. And I totally get it. I'm not mad at anyone, but I really love to talk about these studies for like placebo effect and Masaru Emoto. It's such a beautiful guy, and he died in 2014, I think. We have to keep his research, his studies alive. We have to share it, because these studies of placebo and Emoto, they give us back our power. They prove that manifestation, prayer, or whatever you do is not just woo-woo stuff. It's science can prove it. So it's really beautiful. And I wanted to talk, it has something to do with our ego, because when we constantly judge or label something, we think certain thoughts and we feel certain emotions. And by doing so, we program our cells. Our body is mostly water. And we, on a daily basis, we influence our health in good or in a bad way. And we should take responsibility about it. It's not because it's bad to hate someone. It's bad because you're poisoning yourself. And I love this this example so much. I fell in love with it. If you holding onto a grudge, It's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. I love this example so much because I was holding on to hate and grudges most of my life because I experienced very, very bad things, and I thought I have every right to feel bad and to judge these people because they did something horrible and they are wrong. But what the heck, I'm poisoning myself. The solution is to love and to forgive. So it can be one of the biggest challenges in life. It was for me, it was the most life-changing experience, ongoing experience. I'm work in process, but it's the most life-changing experience of my life and the most challenging one, to balance my ego and to stop judging and labeling everything as good and bad on a daily basis. Because when I started to, when I tried to stop judging and blaming and labeling everything, situations, people, and whatever, it was really, it, when I started to stop it, my life felt like everything was falling apart. I was facing one challenge after another challenge, non-stop, without. It was like a test. It was like life, universe, or God was testing me because I was used to blaming, judging, and labeling things, people, and situations constantly. When I stopped doing it, life, the universe, or God, however you call it, they started to test me. Okay, you stopped judging, so what about this? What about that? You don't do it anymore, and life can, maybe not for everyone, but for me it was like this. Life throw everything at me, really, really hard challenges, and I got frustrated, and many times I found myself back into judgment very, very quickly. Very quick. As soon it got really painful, I was complaining again. And that's the message. That's the also the opportunity. It's an opportunity to learn. It's an opportunity to become conscious about how we think and feel and how fast we slip back into default mode, into our old programs, into our old habits. And it was so life changing for me because I really was depressed most of my life. I was anxious and abused and addicted to so many stuff, drugs and alcohol. And the only way out is through, if you learn to control yourself, self regulation, and to observe yourself, to become conscious about what are you thinking and feeling on a daily basis, and to take responsibility. And like I said, it took me, I'm still a work in process, but I do this work since like 10 years now, and it really improved my life. And that's why I love to talk about it. I want to share it. I want to help people improve their lives. And like I said, sometimes I just talk the same stuff because there are 1,000 different techniques for life improvement, changing. Yeah, that's fine. They can be very helpful, and for some different people, different techniques, that's nice. But at the end of the day, if you understand the basics, you don't need anything. You just need to repeat the basics. I was like constantly searching for another solution, for another technique to get the solution. And I found a great technique. I tried it. My life got a little bit better. But then I faced another challenge. I was back into my old program. I forgot the technique, and I was searching for another solution. But it keeps us searching. As long if you are a seeker, you will seek your whole life. It's about finding finding a solution, taking the solution and implementing it. There is so much information out there, and we get triggered sometimes to think there is so much information, I have to learn more, I have to do more, but that's bullshit. We have to implement the basic principles. There are some simple techniques, like I talk on my YouTube channel. If you do this, just this, you will, and it's for free, it costs nothing. Just time, effort, and patience. If you do that, your life will change in such a positive way. Hard to imagine, hard to explain. 180 degrees, and it can happen really fast. And if you learn to self-regulate, if you take back your power, it doesn't mean that you stop. You are still evolving. But then you can act with a lot more power. You can learn really important things easier, and you will be more creative. You are in contact with your intuition, and you will become unstoppable. You are a magnetic being. So take your responsibility, because you are magnetic. You will attract things if you like it or not. So let's send out positive, or let's keep your energy, your, again, positive, negative, it's just a label, but hold your energy, your vibration, your frequency high, so that you attract things you want to see in your life, and to, yeah, to be the best version of yourself, to experience this life you want to experience, and to, yeah, get rid of the things you don't want to see, certain health conditions, or if you, yeah, if you live in lack. It starts within yourself. We have to cultivate this frequency and to protect it, our energy. And if we do that long enough, our outside world will reflect abundance and health to us. So that's my message for today. If you made it this far, please do me a favor, hit the like button, and you could write the word abundance in the comment section. I would truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I love you guys, and see you in the next video.